Howdy Tamers, and welcome to LostinTranslationmon Digimon podcast. This time we're covering Digimon Beatbreak episode 23, The Power to Take. I'm Kobias, and I'm once again joined by Guz and Geo, and Guz obviously has an upgraded VTuber avatar, which is very cute. Hello.
Oh yeah, baby! Look at me go! Look at my jiggles! Yeah.
He's adorable. Like I love how the little ears wiggle.
It's the ears wiggling is sending me here.
Yeah, it's so cute. Like whip whip whip. It makes me so. Oh, yeah. The little smile. The little smile. Ah. They're very cute.
Yes, I'm still learning how to use it, so there will be some pilot error, but for the most part, Tamers.
You're working in your
ears.
We
are getting involved.
Yeah, very cute.
Yeah, no, I gotta learn how to puppet with only my face.
And Geo, of course, is still not moving.
Yes, I am the still image. I am the constant, the stability. That is the craziness. All right, and that's me. Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
One day. Hello.
So, brief bit of housekeeping. I just want to shout out DSR. The rideable mons are apparently finally coming to DSR in a future update. So, starting with
what?
Yeah, starting with Garurumon and Behemoth. So, that's
yes! Oh my god! Thank Drazil. Oh my god. Oh, I needed that.
Yeah, so I thought you'd appreciate that, because I know a few of us have been like, rideable mons win, so that's exciting. Second bit is that I'm exhausted and my head hurts, and this is because I had 2 dog shows which were on the other side of the city. So, for anyone who knows Melbourne, it's all the way past the airport in Bulla. So it's quite a drive. And so I had 2 dogs entered, and that's upside down, and also back to front. But it says best minor puppy in show, and that's for Mars.
She was in minor key the whole day.
Yeah. So I had Freya also did well. She got Osbred of breed, which meant she beat Mars's mum, which was surprising. And then I also had the minor puppy, which is Mars. So. I'm exhausted. Showing 2 dogs is much more exhausting than showing 1 dog, because you kind of have to juggle the dogs. You have to go in with 1 dog, run out, grab the other dog, run back in. So I'm exhausted. My head really just is pounding, because sinusitis is fun. So I'm actually going to be making Guz and Geo read out Postmon Pat for me so I don't die, so that is just a little bit easier for my brain box. But in any case, that's it for the quick housekeeping. Other than that, Digimon Con was on today. I will be doing a Zen and TCG sponsored video at some point, so I'll be talking more about what was announced, but Color D-Arcs, that's exciting and very expected, and the Godzilla pendulum colors were also announced, which I love how Guz's little smileys, because I sent the reveal to Guz while I was at the show, because of course the Godzilla cyborgs are coming back.
If I swear to God, you mark my words right here and right now, if they make that a deck in the TCG, I know they won't because of licensing issues, but if they do, oh my God, I'm not playing another damn thing.
Yeah, obviously, I really hope they do the collaboration Digimon in the TCG, because...
Yeah, it's about the only Omnimon I'll ever use.
Oh
G-Cell
yeah, it
Omnimon.
looks sick. It looks really
so
cool,
dude.
But so that's the housekeeping. I'm exhausted. Rideable Mon's coming to DSR, and Digimon Con was streaming today. So before we get into our discussions, quick synopsis of this week's episode. This episode starts by, confirming the gripe that we had last week was that Naito just teleports via sand. And we were like, but Gigasmon is baby, how does he do that? And it was just Clay. Clay was teleporting him. So very happy to have that plot hole filled. It wasn't a plot hole, it was just Clay teleporting him. And he does that to Glowing Dawn anyway in the episode, so I'm glad that we had that confirmed. That was great. We have Naito being cold-hearted by Prognomon in kind of a graphic way, he gets impaled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we
happened.
Yeah, we go straight into the murder, so
The Kali Mars.
Yeah, Beatbreak is beat breaking. And we get
Oh, yeah.
we get some lore of Clay from 21 years ago. Glowing Dawn are to rescue the victims from the Colosseum, so that also confirms something that we were wondering last week, which is, are all the people who were cold-hearted at the Colosseum, are they dead now? But no, they're very much confirmed to still be alive, so that's good that they mentioned that. And then Glowing Dawn are taken to the ruins of an old kingdom and are immediately attacked. Clay tells Glowing Dawn that Wong took in these refugees from the kingdom to study their e-pulse, where he meets and promptly backhands Sand Lizardmon. That's what happens. Like, he wakes up.
No.
Sand Lizardmon's like, hi, buddy.
It's like such a absolutely valid response. It's like, what a weird dog, bam.
Yeah, he's like, who put that dog there? Like,
and he's like, nice to meet you too, man. What the hell was that?
To be fair, if I'm having a bit of a nappy nap and one of my dogs just spawns, Mars will be like, oh my god, human, you're asleep and I'm out of my crate, I'm going to just put my face in your face. And I'm just I don't backhand her, but I'm just like, why is it suddenly wet dog? And if she's had water, wet beard, it's a whole thing. But anyway, yeah, he backhands Sand Lizardmon. Then, back to present day, Prognomon's feeding on the e-pulse from the captive Team Tactics to evolve to Pyramidimon, which I know we had a comment that was like, why would you predict Megas so soon? I'm like, because here we are.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, because that's why. Kyo tells the rest of Glowing Dawn to run, but they basically just tell Kyo that he should rest and they'll buy him some time while he recovers his e-pulse. Murasamon is able to beat Pyramidimon because Pyramidimon's kind of a bit of an unstable evolution because it was forced and because it was using the e-pulse from other people. So he's able to beat it, but Prognomon was able to regenerate using Fragment, I guess, from the TCG, and then impales Kyo. And then the episode ends.
Not just.
Yeah.
So, discussions...
But that's for later.
That's for later.
Yeah, 100%. Oh, we can't wait to get to the predictions.
Yeah, discussions and decisions. So, what were our highlights this week?
Look, my highlight is the fact that, and I know we're going to go back and just a smidge a few episodes back. Remember when I mentioned the voice recordings and how I just blasted you guys with an infinite amount of voice recordings? And I said things are about to happen. That's what, it's seeing that as it's a selfish personal highlight of that coming full circle, and which we'll get into predictions to unpack them more. But in terms of legitimate highlights, okay. This episode blew me away on so many different facets. One, the animation quality was phenomenal. The shading was incredible. The action sequence was incredible. There was no kind of off frames, any still frames or weird paper mache frames that I criticized a few episodes back. This episode was clean, crisp. The action sequence were smooth, and the fighting was so good. We also get lore drops, Easter egg drops. One of the highlights for me was genuinely the lore drop following Clay, but then we're following the helicopter with Chairman Wong.
Yeah, and Dr. Tenma.
And Dr. Tenma. You know what I mean? So highlight is those Easter eggs. We've highlighted it again. We've mentioned it again. How many
those aren't Easter eggs. That's just straight
crumbs,
up
bro. The crumbs are the
that's
things.
Confirmation.
The peas.
And which is just to piggyback on your highlight, my highlight was all the confirmations that we got in this episode. So Naito was teleported, cold heart victims are alive, the relative of Tomoro, ish. They're cold hearted still, but they're not they haven't been crushed in those sarcophaguses.
Yeah.
Sarcophaguses. Yeah, sarcophagi. Yep. Pretty fly for a sarcophagus.
You could just call me a sarcophagi.
But yeah, the relative of Tomoro being involved in the research, which I think a lot of people had kind of said, hey, they were, maybe they did something to do with E-Pulse, and that's why
I think it was his dad, wasn't it?
No, this
it's not stated. He did look kind of old, so it could also be his grandfather. But in any case, definitely a relative.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And if we're kind of semi-cross comparing to Chairman Wong and how Chairman Wong looked a bit younger in the flashback, but then obviously how he is now in the chair.
It's 21. They said 20. It's 21 years later. Also.
Yeah, so you can kind of assume it would be his grandfather.
Yeah.
In terms of age time.
Just because like he already looked like, I mean, anime ages are weird, but he looked like he could be like maybe 40.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, like we did have a lengthy discussion about that last time.
We spoke about the adult age, like the Digimon ages. But yeah, so I'm saying it's a relative because while it could be dad, it could also be grandfather. It depends on how old he is. It could also be like uncle. But it's definitely like a relative because the same last name. So there's definitely something to do with that. Yeah.
Now the only reason I feel like it's not father because I'm fairly certain we had, and this was probably during the episode where Tomoro had Dark E-Pulsed Gekomon, prior to Armor Lizardmon and that whole debacle. But we had, I think, a mini flashback scene where we see Tomoro's mum and dad.
Yes.
And so if we're looking at like that's who's his father, again, cross compared to the character that was introduced into this episode, they look different. But even then, from an age like 21 years ago, like unless he somehow de-aged in 21 years, then it would.
Maybe that's why the government picked him up. You know what I mean? Like, if he could de-age using the E-Pulse, surely Chairman Wong would want that. Again, it's kind of unconfirmed-ish, but like, let's be real. Like, there's something going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I do think it's funny that the Kingdom of Alibaba just got absolutely obliterated by what I can only assume to be some weird Moon Millenniumon kind of like entity.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but like I read hard into that being Moon Millennium, just a giant digital creature with an eyeball.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm biased. I'm biased.
That's good, and that was the other confirmation we had. We've actually confirmed it wasn't a meteorite that had destroyed and impacted. It was an abundance of E-Pulse energy that was absorbed by a Digimon. And so that's, again, more confirmation. This episode is just too many highlights. Too many highlights for me. It's good. It's so good.
Yeah.
And even the jobbers didn't job unintentional. Like, they actually had intentional, like, reasonable, like, fair stakes of jobbing. It was like, well, what could you want?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, the champions going up against a Mega were always going to be at a losing position.
Yeah, like, I don't count that as... Yeah.
Nah, they held their own in a way that I don't think any of us had probably expected them to, given their current sort of run with the way everything's gone down. But like...
Again, I feel like this show definitely has, like, you know, E-Pulse can power up a Digimon more than what would usually be expected for that level.
Yes. And if we're talking about E-Pulse powering something up, I mean... I got to give props to Clay, the fallen out of favor royalty prince, king to be, whatever the fuck, right? Going, you know what my turtle needs? More eggs inside him. And then just filling him full of empty Sapotamas and then just going, cool, now he's going to drink a bunch of sarcophagus, shoot with all the colors of the rainbow, and then magically become an upside down triangle. Like, that is some crazy planning. I didn't know that you could load a Digimon with... I mean, we saw with the Hyemon that they could have the additional Sapotama that they eat within them. But that many is insane. And it also goes to speak about the actual requirement for Mega Digivolution. Like, Kyo's aware of it. He says as much. Which means that he's at least seen that before, if not capable of it, although we're not 100% sure at this stage. Because he gets Kalimard at the end and Ripperooskadoo, kiddo, there it goes. But it's just, what does it take to get to Mega in this series? And I think we've all sort of been, you know, us, royal we, the community, been trying to sit here and trying to figure out what the conditions for Digivolution are, because in a lot of other seasons it's been fairly formulaic, right? This is your arc, you get a thing. This is your arc, you get a thing. This is your second arc, you get a second thing. This one's just like, no, this is an anime, and then sometimes shit happens.
Yeah, I mean, also the interesting thing to note was that the fake Sapotamas were mentioned again.
Yeah.
So
that's what filled up the Proganamon, were fake Sapotamas. Yeah.
Were they fake or new?
Fake.
Yeah, he said fake.
Clay is like, I filled them up with fake, and we use that to channel.
Okay, my list X here might be showing up there, boys. Might be flaring up on me.
But I just
Nice.
found it interesting because I don't think like that was last referenced in the Makoto arc with the with the bad dad, who was like.
I don't think that was fake though. That was like a brand new, fresh one, if memory serves.
That was also a fake
That
one.
was a fake one.
Yeah.
Is it fake or was it clean?
They
I'm
said-
just
they
trying
said-
to like
they called
now.
they called it a fake one.
Yeah, so they basically, the way it seems to be in universe is everyone has a Sapotama from, like, I guess, birth now.
Yeah.
Like you just
Yeah, which is
have one,
crazy.
and it's just like connected to you. Like if it's genetic or DNA, like from DNA or whatever, you have your one Sapotama and it's connected to you. And so anything beyond that is a fake one because it's got no connection.
I think they're like burner
It's-
phones.
Yeah, think of burner phones. It would be a good
Yeah,
analogy. That's a good one.
I don't know. I think we'll have to see how this universe gets fleshed out with maybe some more content.
Yeah.
Because like if it is just
yeah.
as simple as like an idiom or a slang term or whatever, like cool, awesome. But like I don't know. For me, it read as like a completely blank slate new Sapotama because I know you can buy new ones.
Yeah, maybe it just means
Like,
like,
we get
it's
the
not
whole ad.
connected to the person.
Maybe.
Like
see.
yeah,
Well,
a burner
But
phone.
I did like sort of moving past this. I did like the part where Kyo was like, "It's okay, I'll fight him," and then Tomoro got the flashback to Asuna, and he was holding on to him as he was being cold-hearted, and he's like, "No, I'm not losing you," because like I had sort of suggested fairly early on in this series that we have here, that he would become a surrogate big bro to Tomoro, and we basically get told that outright, and then just in front of him again to lose another big brother is absolutely wild. Not to mention Clay's whole thing of being a dispossessed person of royalty that's then become a refugee and then an experiment of the government. With it, like, what is happening in this series?
Depth. It's called depth. Everything has depth, and it's this is what you get when you actually you take a moment to say, you know what, I understand we can have a generic trope of an evil villain or an antagonist. Here's a trope. The trope would be cares about money, doesn't care about people. He'll use people as stepping stones to achieve what he wants, which is the generic theme we've got with him. Uses people for stock, his stock bro. Uses them for the entertainment for more money, and then uses people for power. All right, not a problem. But then you can add a layer to it, which is what they're doing, and they're adding layers, and this is one of the biggest pros and why I think a lot of people really adore Beatbreak is he had his reasons. We don't have to agree with his means of the method he's chosen, but his actual reasons make legitimate sense for a villain. He was disposed of his place of origin, where he lives. Dispossessed. Thank you. Wow, it's been a long day for us all. Dispossessed for where he originates from. He was used in experiments. Was a refugee. Was of royalty, so he's used to power, and then he gets sort of taken advantage of, and like there's all these elements of like trauma, and it's what it feels like a lot of this show is. A lot of it is trauma based with some of the characters' interactions and behaviors, and we can pinpoint so many characters that have a trauma based behavior and mannerisms, and this is just continuing in that trend, and it's good. It's great. Another highlight, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. I love this highlight thing. Let's keep going. This is great.
There's just so much in this episode, like for the world building, for the lore, for the characters themselves. It's
so good.
It's like a fully loaded breakfast burrito. Like I don't know how to stop eating it. It's just so good.
Like it's a really
so
good breakfast burrito. It's not like an average one. It's like the best one that you've ever had.
They put some fucking MSG and meth on that thing, and I'm just gobbling it up.
Do you have any highlights yourself, Kobe or Guz? Like beyond?
Oh, just
here?
basically just ditto everything that you said. Like,
yeah, it's kind of hard to not have the whole episode be a highlight for this point in the series for what it is. Obviously, it's not the same as like the first episode being a highlight for me in the way that it was because it was so impactful and so gripping. But for this point in the series, what this episode represents at this point, huge.
Yep.
Absolutely massive. I don't think there was any part of it that I could consider a downside.
Yeah, I don't
Like,
have
I
any
even liked-
lowlights.
I even liked the part where Raina was like, "Oh my god, it's standing!" when the government guy slaps an envelope of money down. She's like,
Yeah.
"Damn, that's a lot of money to save these people. All right, I'm motivated."
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
love that Raina is constantly
Yeah.
just motivated by like
I mean,
She's like that one skit from The Simpsons where it's like $5 can buy many peanuts.
yeah, she's like, I had the word for it and then I completely lost it. She's like, she knows what she wants. Like, she's very like, she knows what she's worth. Like, she's not just gonna do like a big job for like, you know, nothing. She's like, oh, we're getting paid lots of money. All right, okay, that's good.
Street rat will do what a street rat gotta do.
But like, legitimately, my only lowlight is the fact that my head hurts so badly that I can't properly articulate how good this episode was.
Yeah,
That's,
no,
that's
it was...
fine. You got Team Glazers over here. Team Meat Shield Dummy 1, Meat Shield Dummy 2.
Oh,
You know, the glazing. We got you. We got you.
okay. I'm
would
looking
love-
forward
I
to,
would
I'm
love
looking
it.
forward to being glazed by both of you.
Jeez, there we go.
Hey, you're the one who said it.
Okay.
True.
That's not the context, Kobe.
I know.
I dug my.
My head really hurts.
Let's
It's been a busy day. Just let me show you my sash
Hey,
again. Like,
how's your head?
oh, I've never had any complaints before. Anyway, on to like,
Lowlights. I do only have one, and it's again a personal lowlight. I wanted the Murasarimon to have the Evo into a Mega, but we didn't get that. It's okay. It is what it is.
Yeah.
The black freaking sword though. Oh,
Yeah, that was sick.
That was sick. Oh, just any freaking what's it? What's the phrase? You got like Sasuke and people like that. You've got edgelords. It just caters to that edgelord vibe in all
Yeah.
our hearts.
I'm actually.
Bro, you're sitting here. You're sitting here saying that your favorite part of Murasamemon's not quite mega but ultimate move is just to use Haki.
Yes.
Pretty much. Let's go.
But just Gio, just counterpoint on that. I'm glad that we didn't get a Mega Evolution for Murasamemon because Pyramidimon is unstable and the characters even say he's weaker. I feel like that would kind of downplay the effectiveness of the point of going to Mega. Like, Murasamemon should have an evolution that feels like, you know, it's an earned battle. It's against a strong, formidable opponent. Pyramidimon is not as strong as like a Mega should be because they said multiple times, oh, it's unstable, it's weakened, it's, you know, it's being forced, it's not a true strong evolution. So I like the fact that we didn't just jump to Mega to battle Pyramidimon just because they're both Megas, because it's already said that it's a weaker form of what it should be. So that feels like it kind of minimizes the effectiveness of actually going to Mega, because if he won the battle, it's like, oh, he won against a weakened Mega. Would the Mega not be that strong? But because it was a perfect level against a Mega, it feels like, okay, Murasamemon's strong, and Pyramidimon was just weak, so that balanced out to just being a fairish fight.
Yeah, no,
That
you're
feels
right on.
more
You're
like
right.
it feels more like a narrative convenience, like because everyone else is still at champion level.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, if you were to have Murasame go into a Mega and then absolutely dogwalk Pyramidimon, it's just like, well, that was easier than I expected because he's unstable. I still think that would have been a win simply, and I do mean this with all my heart, simply because the starter deck level 6 for Murasamemon was revealed for the TCG today.
Yes.
The same time, well, just before the episode went live. So I'm sitting there going, I really hope that we get to see it so that I can look at the card and see what the rules are.
Oh yeah, I was surprised too, because I also saw that like while I was out today, and I was like, oh, I guess we're getting Mega today for Murasamemon. So I was like kind of, I guess, like happy, because that would have been a low light. I'm like, oh, okay, we got the Mega revealed and I didn't get to like watch the episode first. But nope, it's just they're doing the thing where they're just going to show us the evolutions before we get to actually see them in the show. So,
which does kind of suck, but I do think that it's actually kind of like, it's kind of cool because I think they Toei, Bandai, everyone, they debated the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Because we're all like, oh yeah, they just revealed Kyo's Mega. Oh hell yeah, nah, don't worry about it. I'll wait for the episode. Doesn't happen.
Yeah, but he didn't need it.
I agree. Like, narratively, doesn't need it in the show. And if we were to take away, like, again, for us, the spoilers only come from the fact that we play the TCG. If you're a non-TCG player, you only watch the anime, you play the games, and you're just not at all invested in TCG, then you would never have known that it's been leaked. You wouldn't care that it's been leaked because, again, it's not even on your radar. And so then you look at the episode and what Morisarimon has done, and you're just like, God, like, just God tier. Like, holy shit, Giga Chat, freaking next level, let's go.
I guess
it's just,
the same would be for seeing Pyramidimon. Because like if someone isn't in the TCG, doesn't read Liberator, Pyramidi would be like, oh my gosh, like, well, what is this new Digimon? Like, so that would be an exciting moment in it itself.
I thought the way they animated Pyramidi was so good.
Oh, it looked so, like, the animation was so like Clay's
good.
like just. I'm trying to describe his face.
Oh my god.
Like,
the JoJo Bizarre Adventure level detail in his manic faces was fucking off the charts, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, no, that's a Dio level face. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it went from being like just sort of like, oh yeah, Digimon, into being like, oh my god, this is a crazy production jump for just this one manic scene. Now, don't get me wrong, Clay had, I think, maybe 2 to 3 really over-the-top, high-detailed manic faces in this episode. When you see them, you're just like, oh shit. Oh shit.
And then you even have the same thing when you go with Kyo's faces too, because like we go following the route of Kyo, and we've gone like, okay, this guy was the golden strongest five-star member. It seemed to be downplayed his strengths and weaknesses. He's getting freaking bodied by Naito, and what the hell is this? Wasn't this meant to be the creme de la creme of 5-star members? Where is it? And then we see the progression of him getting serious and stronger, or showcasing, and we know why he's given up all his E-Pulse energy to the Narinso?
Yes.
Narinso, yeah, cool. And get to this point, and he's just full serious mode. And we've seen whenever he's in serious mode, you just don't mess with Daddy, Mummy, Bear, Kyo, right? He's in protective mode. Yeah, Daddy, Mummy, Kyo, right? He'll just step all over you. And then the way they've done his face, the evolution, everything is just. Again, I just, this episode was just brilliant. The whole thing was brilliant.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I love how our lowlights like just devolved into highlights again.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Is, like, the low light was just me being a personal sad Nancy because one of my predictions failed. That's all it was.
True.
Like, I'm drawing at straws here.
Yeah. So
if I'm
do we have
straws?
Do we have drawing straws? Something different. Are we done with lowlights?
I mean,
I think the only like slip in the animation, if I want to go that far, right, is I think when Pyramidi is staring down Team Glowing Dawn, and you just see them looking so goofy with Night Chirrupmon, Armalizamon, and Wolvermon. It was so funny. I was so tempted to take a screenshot and send it to you, and I'm like, the crew at Regi's. It's just like 3 dudes like just standing there like in like the autist square mode, just being like, I'm here to play Digimon, let's go. It was gonna be that was the only slip that I actually saw in the animation. It definitely wasn't as bad as like the frame 1 Clay in the bar, just looking like an absolute pooper.
So in any case, favorite character, mine was Tomoro. Like the moment where like he has that flashback that you mentioned earlier, Guz, with he remembers like his brother, and he was like, no, I'm not going to just run and not help out. Like, you recharge your E-Pulse. We'll buy some time. Like that was like Tomoro just definitely went like up in stocks, as the youth would say.
Yes. Yeah, that's fair. I'm gonna go on a limb. My favorite is actually gonna be Clay.
Valid. He was very cool.
I thought they did a very, very good job as an antagonist in this episode. Again, they gave him layers. They gave him depth. They made him like genuinely like no, this is a legit villain. Like I feel I could see his vibe and what he's trying to do. Do I agree? Fuck no, but
yeah.
No,
He's a good
sold me as
villain.
the antagonist.
He's a really good villain. Like you want to see him lose, but he is a good villain. Yeah,
and like you see like because I think we were talking about last week when it came to in the Postman Pat part. We were chatting about how are they gonna the whole redemption and like are they absolved of the sins that they were doing, which was the human trafficking, the bombing, and the cage fights, and I guess child assassinations and all that stuff, right? We're like, maybe for Team Tactics 7 they will go on their redemption arc, which we didn't even get a chance to even mention them. Like I thought they were like the little snippets of them in this episode was fine. It had a little hint to what's to come. The Raito and Tetomon.
Ketomon.
It's Keto.
The baby.
Sure.
It's very
Ketomon.
cute.
All right, yeah, Ketomon, and like having that moment of like you could see the softening of Raito. You see the interactions. Again, we're having character progression as well. Another beautiful thing to add to the whole thing. But it's just we talk about redemption. Are they gonna be able to resolve all the dramas? And it's like nah. He doesn't care. He's still gonna go, even to the final second. He's lying to he's back to the wall. He's basically been defeated, and he's like, I still take. Like, come on, man, come on. It's just Clay to me, fantastic villain, and so he was the favorite character in this episode for me.
Yeah.
I mean, ironically, it feels like he's gonna be our crocodile.
I absolutely
shout
get
out.
that. Yeah.
Like he had like a whole establishment. He was trying to really take over a kingdom, or in this case, rebuild a kingdom, but take down the government and then like depose it. This definitely sort of gives that kind of vibe. So like, you can't go wrong with a crocodile style villain because they live on forever. Yeah. And I think that sort of ruthless pragmatism that Clay has, because he noticed, obviously, when everything went wrong and he ended up becoming this dispossessed royal refugee. Government has power. They took his power, and with that power, they were able to do what they wanted to his people, to other people, and then cover up things, and then hide things, and then he's only been able to get back some semblance of control in his own life through the use of power, and a lot of, coercion, extortion, brute force, shady other shenaniganery. So, like, if anything, it proves this sort of weird social Darwinism of might is right for him, which is still a very, and especially because he's like our Earth symbol, right? Like it's a very staunch, hardline, grounded sort of approach for him to be like, cool, I have this strength. Do you? If the answer is no, therefore I win.
Yeah.
And we've been echoed out, especially through Tactics 7. They've always had this thing: we're stronger, we're faster, we're better. Right? Very Homelander coded. I'm better. And what ends up happening is they just get outsmarted. It's like that didn't matter because you got finessed this way, that way, or whatever. And it's so interesting to see that. However, as much as I would love to sit here and agree with you, Gio, about Clay being one of the best characters, he's definitely probably our strongest villain thus far. I think everything else is probably a little too ass backwards, cerebral, like Monkey Boy and Chairman Wong just being generic government stooge and his possible granddaddy or something. I don't know.
Well, for now, again, if we're taking, because again, Clay started off as generic stocks bro, and that's where the highlight.
He was a prince. He was a prince or something. Well, at least.
I mean, in this episode, we just got that. I mean, prior to that,
as in his
prior
introduction.
to us actually, to us introduction, it was just a stocks bro.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. Like, they could just be that. I know we're playing with a lot of depth in the series, but like, I don't think we're going to get anything as sort of deeper, as impactful as Clay. I mean, look, I'm happy to eat your Shumon, Gio, if I'm wrong.
Hell yeah. But I mean, you will at Reggie's in April. Let's go. Wait, what?
Not if I make you eat it first, sweetie.
Let's go.
But just to save Kobe's headache here. I think my favorite character was in fact Team Glowing Dawn themselves. I think they showed a level of unity and power and just everything as a unit, a singular unit that was unified, right? Raina saw that Tomura wanted to go down and save him. Tomura was like, yeah, we definitely have to go down and save them. She knew what was going to happen. She allowed Tomura and Nat to make that decision because she knew it was the right thing to do as well. And you can even see her playing that sort of second in command part when she and Kyo are both talking to Clay, being like, do you know how you're a dickhead? Do you know how you're a loser? Do you know how you just got beat up by kids and we're going to do it again? And then they can't do it because then they get Kali Mad. But like, she has that role and that position taken so well. And like, even with basically what I think at this point is probably the second weakest champion, if we're going by raw power, still able to hold her own against a Mega with Wolvermon, like to be able to move Middy's hands and be able to adapt to the environment so well. Like, and Night Kirapon actually having his Batarang do a thing and then get blown up, which was a little sad.
Yeah.
But like, even Pyramidimon, like, oh cool, I can rust metal with this sand attack thing. That was crazy to see as well.
Yeah, that was cool.
I just like the unit that Glowing Dawn is becoming, especially because they needed to become it to then lose Kyo, to then see what comes next. My God, are we going to see what comes next?
I can't wait for the I really can't wait to get to there.
So, because I'm dying, a very quick, what are our ratings out of 5? I gave it a 5, as I have for the last few episodes. Guz?
Oh, no, for me it's an instant 5.
Instant 5? And
I'm actually,
Guz?
5.
This is definitely a 4.5 for me.
Oh, combo breaker. So everyone else said 5.
Cringe.
4.5.
Cringe.
No, this... It needs to be something special to get a 5.
You're holding it out
Fives
for
are
the next
basically...
That's what it is for me. That's what I'm saying. That's why this is a 5. This is like,
no.
I can't fault it.
No, because the first episode for me was a 4.5, right? I couldn't stop thinking about it for like a week when Kobe had approached me to do the podcast.
You gave episode 1 a 4.7.
Yeah, do it. 4.75. Let's go. Join.
No. It's not enough money in the budget for 2 decibel points, man. We've been over this. But no, like this is a strong episode. Like, not taking it in isolation, taking it within the context of the series as a whole, this is a 4.5. I think that if you were to even see this episode out of context, you'd be like, what in the arse buck is happening? And I think that could still be a pretty good hook. It's definitely not as hooky as the first episode, but it's definitely a very strong one.
Yep. All right, so
like I'm going to be very, very, very selective with my 5s.
That
has to absolutely
very, very valid.
floor.
All right, moving on to Pondering, Postmon, Pat, and predictions. So, Postmon, Pat, take us away, Guz and Geo, because I'm not feeling well.
All right, Geo, did you want to take the first one, or do you want me to take it?
You can go first.
Alrighty, so on the previous video, girls just want to have Digimon battles, Beatbreak episode 22. In the comment sections there on YouTube, predominantly where we're reading from, we have Leo Il 01. They say, I'm kind of sad that they had to change a team name. Looking at the original Golden Dawn name, it was more baked into the story than it seems at first glance. The original was Kyo's dream and bringing a new world where Digimon and humans can live together. Golden Dawn, who brings this new Dawn, the X-Star of Gold. I think... Wasn't the name changed because there was like a terrorist group?
Yeah, I think there was like a far-right terrorist group or something in...
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot where. Somewhere in Europe, I think. Europe's a big place.
Yes. So you are right in that Golden Dawn would have been better, but because of that reason it was changed.
Yeah.
We did actually go over that in some of the earlier episodes, so you may have missed that, but that is the reason that name was changed. But again, I do agree. I think we all agree that Golden Dawn is probably a much better name, but Glowing Dawn needed to be made for very obvious reasons.
Yes.
Alrighty, next one by Benta Archer. I think we've hit the point where Beatbreak is in its full stride now. Even with this episode not being a particularly high episode on its own, its placement, action scenes, and movement on the plot still made it highly entertaining. I think it's also safe to say predictions based on the level of most previous Digimon series can be thrown out the window. All actions and stakes are on the table. Place your bets. For the Lunamon armless thing, I've chalked it up to you don't sleep in your jeans and jacket.
I love that.
I mean, I do, but all right.
Unless if I'm like plastered after a night drinking, I do. So
I mean, I literally have a sleep disorder where I will just fall asleep at any given time if I'm unmedicated. So
I actually had to catch you in a Macca's when we went up to Sydney.
Really?
Sydney
yeah,
last
I
time.
forgot about that.
You fell asleep and I caught you and I'm like, hello?
Yeah, that's kind of like a normal thing that will happen. Like,
yeah.
Continuing on, one thing I found interesting with the mega speculations is how much more expectation is supported by the fact that we have a Beatbreak starter deck coming, and game-wise, it has to have level 6s.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. And, I mean, we still got that reveal, unfortunately, but you know what? That does introduce an interesting precedence, where who gives a shit if the deck has the level 6s? If it ain't fitting the storyline, it ain't going to fit the storyline, and I think that's a really nice take that Beatbreak is going to do.
Yeah.
Because... like don't jeopardize storyline for
product.
Monetary for product.
Yeah.
Now, rest of the sentence goes, I could see Beatbreak's story easily leading to only 2 megas with Gekomon and whoever the big bad Digimon is going to be. Does that mean Pyramidimon is that big bad evil big one?
No, I think we're going to be getting it's going to be the new Gokumon for sure.
Yeah.
And whatever armor lizard's mega. Yeah. Because we already saw the monkey use submachine guns, which we all didn't know actually that he could do that, and now he's got a freaking rocket launcher.
Yeah,
bro.
they revealed his level 6. He's got a rocket launcher. Like, it's like, all right, no worries, bro.
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy, bro.
But you know, I do agree. I think one thing we're definitely going to have is Gekomon have a mega form. That's going to be without question, mostly from the fact that Tomura is our main pro tag. Are we going to see? At bare minimum, we should see ultimate forms coming from Reina, coming from Makoto, and Shirokmon, and
Wolva.
I know Wolva, but what's the rookie?
Pristy and
Pristimon, that's it. Yeah, Pristimon.
But counterpoint, because this has the same writers as Data Squad / Savers, and they all got to the highest level. They all got burst modes, even though some of the episodes, like the Yoshino and Akuto, had a combined burst mode episode. I'm wondering if we'll all get to Mega in this series, but some characters might have like a shared episode. Maybe in the same way that, you know how we have the dual Tamer cards for Data Squad, and we also have them for the Beatbreak cast. Yeah. I'm wondering if it'll be split off that way.
Could we?
That'd be interesting. It's like Kyo and Tomoro both achieve Mega together, whereas
Makoto and Reina have
they achieve it together as well. I think that could actually be kind of cool because it's like Tomoro accepting his new big brother, his place in the family, and then Kyo being able to sort of, let a wayward son come in and sort of help him out so he's not having to bear all that burden, and they reach a point of understanding and they grow. And then Reina and Makoto both realizing that Reina needs to maybe take a bit of a back seat and be more analytical, whereas Makoto needs to be a little bit more front-footed. I think that there's, that could actually pay some dividends as a theory.
Yeah, but again...
I dig that.
Yeah. It could happen, but it could also not happen. But that's just... I mean, I feel like it'd be weird if we didn't get to Mega, especially because, again, same writers as Data Squad, everyone got to the same highest form. And I guess a lot of the Digimon anime seasons have more leaned into everyone gets at least to Mega, or everyone gets sort of as powered up. It was more or less the earlier seasons where the Goggle Kid got an extra evolution, or the two main characters were the only ones who got to Mega. And his boyfriend, Though in Tamers, everyone got to Mega, but Goggle Kid Takato was the only one who got like an extra form, which was Crimson Mode,
Could we then perhaps, to piggyback off the idea of them having Tomoro, Kyo, and Mikado and Reina, but a level 7 DNA?
Not off the table. I mean, let's be honest. Just like Ben Archer said, man, like we don't know what's going on with this series. There's no formula anymore.
It's
this is
very different.
Just an anime that has Digimon in it.
Yeah.
This is not a Digimon anime. There's a very Doesn't sound like there's a distinction, but there is one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But moving on, Zero Unit Digital Monster states that Hanaka is the most intelligent antagonist so far, as she saw the main characters getting the friendship power boost and just got the hell out and let Naito deal with that XD.
Very
And
valid.
absolutely correct with that one, Zero
Yeah.
Unit. 100%. She is my favorite villain thus far because she just gets it.
Yeah.
I don't think that she's not going to be our crocodile. We got that in Clay.
Yeah, she
She's
realized
definitely gonna be our
it was
savvy
just
hunter.
shown in anime, and they were talking about friendship.
She was like, yeah, nah, man.
Is she breaking the fourth wall? Is she like the Deadpool of the show?
kinda
Just
would
like
love that,
this is
yeah.
so meta knowledge.
She like leaves and she's like, I'm listening to a true crime podcast. I'm out of here, bro.
Yeah.
She would.
I've seen how this ends for all other villains. I'm outie. Oh, I got more Sailor Moon to watch.
Yes, you do.
All right, next question. Next comment coming from Nexus VFD. I don't think Tactics 7 earned the "we're gonna figure things out together" moment, because up until now, it hasn't really felt like they gave a shit about each other. Hodoriko having to see Granite struggle before deciding not to kill him, and then him coming back to save her ass. It just didn't feel earned to me. If they decided to dismantle, I think that would have made more sense.
It's okay, they'll put in boxes this week.
Yeah, I think it's less we're going to figure out what to do together and more of I don't have anyone else anymore. My entire support structure's been gutted. You're the only other people that I know are going to be most likely on my side, and it's more of probably more of a shared survival thing rather than hang on, we can be friends. And I know it's nice to see Granite opening up, particularly in this episode where he's like, I'd feel bad if you died. But like they do obviously have little moments where they have sort of cared for each other. I've sort of picked up on little moments, but it's not been something that's been like put in front of your face where they've like had someone hold their hands, look deeply into their eyes and say, I care about you deeply.
Yeah.
It's just a friend. It's sort of been these little looks in the animation, these little movements and things like that, but it definitely feels more of a fuck it, if I'm against the world, I know two other motherfuckers that'll have my back.
Yeah, and I think it's also an extension on the fact that we're actually unpacking each individual character themselves compared to someone like Naito and Clay. So when we look at Hodoriko and Granite, and even by extension, Raito in this instance, they themselves aren't inherently full villains. Like, they aren't inherently bad people. They've done questionable things, yes. They continue to do questionable things, and we're still on that hot band of hopefully they can get a meaningful layer of redemption, because technically they've done really horrendous things. But when you compare it to someone like Naito, bro, the guy probably gets off on beating kids, right? Like
Strong accusation.
Bold accusation. Or like Clay's is like happy to cold heart people, use them for money and use them for things. Like, these people don't miss a wink of sleep despite committing proper heinous things. Whereas when we look at Hodoriko, Granite, to some sort of extension, and it's probably conveyed in the way Granite is speaking, it says, I can't sleep if you're hurt. It's more of a layer of their empathy, and then their form of, let's try to find it together, as to piggyback off of Guz's claim, it's probably where it is. It's, we've got nowhere else to go. This whole establishment has now failed, but you know what? We were a team, because we're taking on the layer of them having that empathy to themselves. They're going to put in a bit of value in the concept of teamwork and being a part of a team. That's not a far-fetched character part or character ability or personality trait. So they're going to have that. And so it's just continuing onto that trajectory. It's bound for them to want to work together because there's technically nothing else to do. And until they've gotten their redemption, then we might see later on in the line, did they actually stick together or have they gone down their own pathways?
Well, we don't know now. They've been KO'd.
Yep.
But we've got to keep this one moving, just for Kobe's sake.
Because I'm done. I'm feeling
yeah.
quite ill, yes.
Yeah, I could see it. So, Stark Maxim says, I've been meaning to catch up on this podcast. I'm really behind, but I do need to pop in on this one and just remark that your title and thumbnail game are unfucking matched, and this week is no exception.
Yay.
Well done,
Truth.
Kobe.
Kobe the goat.
The goatee,
Yeah.
the fish, Kobe
The fish! The fish! The flying fish in Tylemon?
Oh my god. No.
Come on, Joe.
Alright, next one. ClownChan989 says, the way Naito was obsessing over Clay honestly feels like something an overly jealous, toxic boyfriend who hears his partner talking about a former crush would do. You know what? Valid.
Yes, and Kobe had responded to this comment. It says, "Why is there so much toxic yaoi in this show? My goodness!"
Am I wrong?
And I think
Like,
we just
am I
gotta.
wrong?
That's the perfect reply to that.
Yeah, like.
Oh hell yeah! I got our boy Gunmetal Gator. Let's go.
Oh hell yeah.
All right. Gunmetal Gator says Hanaka might give me Junko Enoshima vibes. I have no idea what that is.
Danganronpa.
Awesome, thank you. On how she tried to get over the cliches and just wanting carnage. I do love that of her. Maybe even some despair for her victims. Ooh, that's hot. Honestly, good for the girl if that's the case. I want to see a non-traditional shonen fight with her to end her stay in the show just like she wanted. Give the Shark Girl of all things. Also, can Granite please not die almost in every single episode he's featured in? Like, legit, second time water almost killed him. God!
I mean, he also got, like, you know, a little bit used as battery this episode too.
Yeah.
Nah, I mean, look, he's not catching a break, but the suicidal teenager did kind of want it at one point, so...
Granite and dying. Name a better couple.
Oh, poor baby.
Caring,
Jesus.
Yeah, onto something that has potentially been kicked in the curb. Digital Hazard VT says Hoodie, more like Hoodie, because that stuff is history. Or
It's
Who Die.
Who Die. It's Who Die. The joke is
I
Who
feel
Die.
like Hoodie's better. Yeah, because that stuff is history. Not
really, but that's alright.
The correct answer is it is technically still being tinkered with, and there is it's slowed down, but actually scarier.
The loop variant is dead, but the control variant is not.
The loop variant is more risky, but it's scarier now. It's actually a stronger version.
Yeah, but it's not as annoying.
Yeah, it's not as consistent. But it's more high risk, high reward.
Which reminds me of this comment that we got from Chaos Blood Ninja.
Nice segue.
Because I'm moving along. Says, been playing a lot of Time Stranger lately, and Hanaka's allergy to melodrama is a lot like Gekomon. That's classic Gekomon, the green guy with the tuber coming out of his neck.
Single K
becoming
Gekomon.
sick. Yes, single K. Becoming sick and teleporting away whenever the agent spouts a cringy line.
I love that so much.
Yeah. Also, her face when everyone started talking about how great it is to have friends cracked me up. Yeah. And I'm so glad that everybody else is loving Hanaka because I feel justified.
Yeah, she's a fun bad guy.
Yeah, Gia, you got a big one, bro. Do you need to drink of water?
Now, coming back from YSZman6478 from last week. Hey guys, well, I think you misunderstood in the last episode comment when I asked about Clay coming back to help defeat the final boss. It's not really redeeming. I'm thinking more Hannibal Lecter type of thing. Anyway, on this episode, I find it's interesting they did a metaphor for unplanned teenage pregnancy with Hodorika and Syakumon's backstory. Truly heavy.
Oh, wow.
That must have gone over my head.
Yeah, no,
yeah, because she gave birth to Syakomon. Yeah, I can see that too.
And then she had to,
you
know, change her occupation, basically. Like, yeah.
Interesting, okay. I didn't see that. That was what we could pick up.
Oh, not necessarily like teenage pregnancy, but definitely like...
she's 18.
Yeah, university age. So like... adult teens, early 20s, like when you sort of should be starting to set your career path and then have to, I would say more young mum because she had finished schooling and she had her internship, so she was still an adult, but she was just a very young one.
Yeah.
Well, Clarice, let's keep going. So Team 7 have a bounty on them because they are Clay's underlings. If so, I have an idea of how to get out of that. In the next 2 episodes, Glowing Dawn, they defeat Clay and turn down the bounty so the World Union grants them a favor and pardons Team 7. That accomplishment, 2 things, keeps Glowing Dawn as the underdog by not having a big payday. Also, if that happens, I imagine would hold it over Ritos forever. Not granted because of what they have been through. Hodoriko, she might be more neutral, but Raito going to hold over his head that the Glowing Dawn gave up this life-changing character to save him. What would you think if that happens?
I think it's very in character if that happens, but I'm not sure if we're getting that soon.
Yeah, yeah, with the way the episode ended, that depends how many members of Glowing Dawn are still relevant. Or even Team Tactics 7
Oh
at that
yeah,
point,
because
really.
I'm pretty sure like Naito looks pretty dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
like I think he's like Naito more like Baito.
Baito the Dusto.
Yeah, Baito the Dusto. Literally the
He got
dust, the
dusted
sand dust.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's an interesting theory. I'm not sure, just because there's no way to predict it really. But like if that does happen, it definitely feels like the Kyo path. I'm not sure if the Kyo path can be taken now. I'm not sure if it's been lost to us, like in like the early Elder Scrolls games, like Morrowind and stuff like that, where if you kill off a prime NPC, you cannot complete a storyline, or if they die for some other reason, for whatever happens in the game, you cannot progress the story. So it feels like that potential branch of avenue is probably lost because we are now losing Kyo at least, but more about that in the future.
Yeah, and even just to go to the first part of the line, in previous episode, if we were just going based on they're just doing generic trope elements of antagonists, then I doubt there would make any sense for him to have that kind of information lore dump for later when it comes to the big boss villain. However, that actually changes in this episode, and I think your claim of there being a more Hannibal Lecter type, I think is actually a pretty good theory. There is a lot of information Clay can have regarding Chairman Wong. We've seen that in this episode. Maybe they've already done it now, but there could be maybe in the future we could see that. But it all depends entirely on the next episode how they decide to go with Clay's character. But I'm not going to dismiss the Hannibal Lecter thread. That's actually a pretty cool one to hold on to for now.
I mean, if anybody wants to kick Chairman Wong's ass, there we go. It would be the guy that literally lost his country, his homeland, and his kingdom, his crown, his birthright. We see an outship come up. We're not ruling it out, unfortunately, at this stage. Every single character that we have been introduced to has kind of come back unless they were specifically villain of the week.
Yep.
And Clay is definitely no villain of the week.
No.
Villain of the arc, more like it.
Yes. And now on to Cost K2 Boss. Love that name. That sounds fun. Predicting megas when the main cast, except Kyo, haven't even reached Ultimate Perfect yet is a weird take, but I respect that. My prediction is that Clay will lose his freaking marbles.
And he does.
Yes, he do. And then, Geo jumps in and says a bunch of stuff. I'm not reading that. I am not reading that. What the? You sent this man an essay, dude.
No, look. TLDR.
He sent 4 essays. Like I saw that comment.
No.
Oh my god.
It was like I had to defend the take. It was my take. Right. But no.
We were predicting a mega simply because we did see Kyo light up, and it was more of like a power-up version of Murasamemon in this episode. I don't think it was unreasonable for us to accept a mega when we did have the breadcrumb from Raito. And we do also get the breadcrumb in addition from Kyo in this episode, where he mentions Pyramidimon being a mega Digivolution, and it's scaring the crap out of everyone else. So we were right-ish, but it was definitely Clay who went mega. So that.
Yes, sir.
I just like to say that I thought Mars was waking up because she's been sleeping for a while, but no, she was just rolling over, and then she just did a happy puppy sigh. So I think she's happy. I just wanted to report that Mars is very cute.
I'm very happy to hear that Mars is happy.
Yeah.
And you get the
puppy. Let's go.
Bloody Geo over here gets one of our my favorite commenter MVPs over here, Lazy Croconaut.
Take it away, Geo. You know what? No. He's your favorite. I'll let you have it. Because
really,
you'll be happy to. Yeah, you can have it.
Oh, the happy little substitute.
The little happy substitute.
All right, Lazy Croconaut 3535, aka Lazy Baby. Digimon Beatbreak is brought to you by the
can I just
Murder.
Have I told you what I nicknamed my Totodile in my original gold save? Is that why you say Lazy Baby? Okay, cool. Because I was about to say that is an amazing coincidence. Okay, cool. Cool.
No,
All right,
we've had
continue.
this conversation before.
I know, but I can't remember who I've told. But yeah, continue.
Us and everyone else you've met.
Yeah, true.
But the letter M is for murder. Joking aside, this was a good episode. No notes. Also, Hanaka being a show stealer was something I did not expect. Although I swear I remember her saying Genjo doesn't compare to Kyo in the 5 Stars reunion episode, and it led me to believe that she at least knew Kyo. Oh well, girl can have her chaos, battles, and wishing for Kaito all she wants. I did also think that she knew of Kyo. At least met him at some point.
Or heard of him. Like,
well, she had heard of him because she was like, "Oh, this is the guy that my crush is talking about." Oh, such a beta. But anyway, so on an off-topic thing, the fish equals goat thing sent me because there is an archetype on Yu-Gi-Oh about deep underwater fish, and its name in every language is spelled Ghoti, fish. So I stared blankly at my PC while being, wait, that was the joke of the archetype?
That's so funny.
Yes, it was. We didn't get our...
Did
not get our One Piece reference, but we did get a Yu-Gi-Oh reference.
Yeah.
No, he's
like
so
that.
right. Holy shit! I remember this. Oh no, he's so.
That must be the joke, right?
Oh god.
Yeah, wow. There it is. We've got Geo to confirm because I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Freaking synchros, bro. Sorry. It's yeah, I get you. Nice reference.
Geo's dying. Same,
Yeah.
honestly.
All right, then we've only got 2 more to go.
Oh,
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Edgardo J Cruz DK5KV. This episode gives us a much better look into Hodoroko's character. Also, yes, the attempted waterboarding drowning scene, yeah. Naito is very much the source of Team 7's insecurities given how he acts here. So much so, I think he was projecting his flaws onto Team 7. Perhaps, actually, like the desire to be perfect. Then fuels on Raito needing to be the perfect genius. I don't know about Granite's, because I think more Granite was just being used or manipulated. And Hodoroko was just, I felt more blackmailed than it would be passing on insecurities.
If you keep reading the comment, you explain further.
Oh, does it? Sorry. ADHD moment. Perfection, obsession, and abusive actions at Raito, dying for others for Granite, and orders above morals. I'm dead. I'm done. That's it.
There you go.
We're one mind, Edgardo. We're one mind. That's what it is. Dev says leverage for Hodoroko. With that perfection nonsense. No, it is not nonsense. You and I are on the same wavelength. We're the same beat for the beat break. Let's go. Honestly, Naito's kind of immoral toxic. He said the line, chat. He said the line. Immoral toxic military bro, loser tryhard that pretends to be better than he actually is. Yeah. Yeah, he's a tryhard. Like, Naito is... There is some depth and layers, but overall he's just like... Just want to punch him, which makes him a decent villain. You just want to punch the guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
I think those are the good villains, where you're just like, wow, I just really want to fight that guy.
Like, you want to hate the guy, and I think that's a well-designed villain. Anyway.
Yeah, like Dolores Umbridge. When I saw her in the Harry Potter stuff, I legitimately opening day. I was in the theater because my mum took me and my sister to the cinema when all those movies were coming out, and I remember actually standing up from my seat and just screaming "Fuck you, bitch," because I was just so angry with her. And then I sat down. Yeah, but here's the thing. I didn't realize I was that full of rage at the time. It was a bit of a revelation for me. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you want the last one? So I went 2 in a row. Oh, okay, I'll take it. Mistoir Ignited Quills goes on to say, a great episode like last week. I did find it funny how the series plays the stereotypical trope of the antagonist losing due to the power of friendship, yet it was Hanaka actually quitting due to losing motivation. Haruko needing to prove her worth and help her family by studying and overworking herself is so sad, especially when she felt like she needed to die until Makato saved her.
Yep.
Naito did deserve the slap, and Haruko calling her her scum is crazy. Haruka calling her a scum is crazy.
I think
I'm not
it's
sure.
between Haruka calling Naito like him.
Naito pronoun drop.
Yeah.
So proud of that queen.
Yeah.
Like, so proud of her for coming out. Like,
That's why he kept beating up children. He was too insecure about being a sand queen.
He's too insecure about his failed drag queen, presence.
Dragon queen.
Got booted off by RuPaul, and just got mad and now insecure about it. Let's go. Failed to do.
You watched one episode of Drag Race. You watched one episode of Drag Race. Oh my god.
Fails the walking the duck. Does the whole lip sync challenge. Loses. Fun.
I'm so glad me and Julia educated you about RuPaul. But anyway,
I know. Yes.
Ignited Wills continues. Ignited Quills says they also like how the Glowing Dawn and Team 7 are now friends-ish. I'd say friendly-ish.
Yeah, I think I would. Yeah, I would class them as friendly, which is good.
But like not like friendly. It's sort of like non-hostile in that kind of a way.
They're on the trajectory to eventually becoming friends, but there's still a lot to go for. At least now they're being thoughtful of each other and considerate of each other. But that's as far as you extend it.
We also have. I hope all three will be safe and sound. Knowing how tactics can be with runaway members. Edit. I also get annoyed by aquatic Digimon with only fins for limbs floating too. Pokemon games do this all the time with Pokemon like Victory Bell and other aquatic Pokemon, yet in the anime, they're perfectly on the ground.
I mean, to be fair, I like to think that Victory Bell is just fueled by, like, its screaming anxiety. Like, I love...
It's me.
Like, the anime Victory Bell, she's like, ah! It's up there with Guzzlord. It's just like a dude screaming. Like, related. Like, me too, girl. Like, I too, whenever I go out into the world, go, ah! Because out of, like, sheer terror for the existence of life. As you do. If Guzzlord sends me, though. Like,
it's me. It's just me. I voice both Victory Bell and Guzzlord.
Yeah, literally.
It's me screaming.
Yeah. Like, or like, what's Reggie Gigas's, like, cry in the anime? It's like,
I think it's dial-up or something.
Yeah, it's so, like, it's...
Oh no, I think you're thinking of Reggie Rock. Like,
No, it's the Reggie Giga, the green white one with the blue and red. It goes.
Yeah, it's like.
Yeah,
it's like weird.
It's just a keyboard smash, but just adding with some technological noises. But anyway.
they got like a 5-year-old on a keyboard, and they found like the warp like wheel, and it's like
it's me.
I know because I did that.
It's me on Super Duper Music Looper like 25 years ago.
I've never heard of that, but alright.
Oh my god, you haven't lived.
No, because I this is gonna sound hectic, but like I was using programs like Acid, which was an actual music editing software, not the substance.
Okay, I've got a question. Are you tripping on acid, sir? Like the hell?
No, it was bought out by another company, and it really sucks now. But like that was it's a real music editing software.
Super Duper Music Looper was basically just Mac's GarageBand, but for Windows computers and also for children.
Yep.
And you would just, like, click and drag, like, you know, the drum kit or the piano. And then you'd make, like, very basic, everything that anyone created on it sounded the same. There was also a record functionality. But it's a lot of nostalgia for me. I played around with a lot on primary school, but nothing actually sounded good. But I also don't have a musical bone in my body. But in any case, is that it for Postmon, Pat?
That's it.
That is it for Postmon,
Okay,
Pat.
fantastic. So, predictions for next week's episode. Episode 24 is called Overlapping Beats. I do have a quick prediction. I think that, like, whenever we see a glowing pulse happen, I don't think that's an indication of there being an evolution. I feel like every time that's happened, we've been like, oh, evolution. It's just an indicator of a power-up. It can also be an evolution, yes. I feel like Tomorrow, it might start to force Armalizamon to evolve, but then he's going to either remember Raito doing the same thing to Monodramon and how much that hurt, or someone's going to point it out to him and he's going to have like a flashback and be like, no, I need to control it. Whether we'll get an evolution from that where he was like, no, I don't want to force you, I'm just going to, do like we've always done and that'll be alright. Or if it's just going to be like a pre-evolution power-up and then we'll get an evolution in like in a few episodes. What are you doing, Mars? You're burying your... Okay, I've left your bowl in the crate and she's decided to bury it. But yeah, that's sort of like what I'm predicting. I don't think we're necessarily going to get an evolution next week. But
no.
I feel like at the very least we're going to have it be addressed that you shouldn't force evolution because we've seen it happen twice and it didn't go that well. And, we knew that Monodramon was in pain when he was in his forced evolution.
Yeah, no, I was...
The thing, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just going to agree with Kobe. I really don't think we're going to get a Digivolution. I know where you're going, Gio, the whole Chekhov's gun thing. Because this will be the third time that we see Tomoro use the quote-unquote dark energy, which we do get a line from Kugamon in this episode where just like Tomoro's E-Pulse, yours was full of rage when when Kyo was a lot younger. The Shining, the Golden. And so I think with this, we're going to be counting to 3 again. I don't think this is going to be Tomoro's third, because the third time that we saw it, that's when Raito forced Rampmon, or whatever the fuck it was, Ramphomon, into Azuramon.
Yeah.
So I do think that this, and especially because we do get a little bit of dialogue between both Armaliza and Tomoro, that Armaliza is not actually trying to Digivolve. He's just burning through that energy. He appears to have some measure of control and is trying to use that measure of control to overpower Proganamon. It doesn't feel like a Digivolution episode. It does feel like this is a total party kill TPK.
Yep.
From D&D, like everyone else is getting wiped. Tomoro's standing by himself with the corpses of his friends, for as far as this episode is kind of want to do with semi or very important characters, unless you're a random unnamed thug in the woods and there's a Commandramon, I guess. But it's I think the only prediction I can make is that the team's probably going to get wiped. I don't think Proganamon has any mental abilities like Genjutsu stuff like Shademon, so I don't think this is an illusion. I'm happy to be wrong. Maybe he creates a mirage with his sand. I don't fucking know.
Or maybe it's just like Tomoro imagining what the worst case scenario.
Maybe.
Like it could just be him saying, oh, but if I fail here, and then he has like, flashes of everyone being dead. Like,
Could be.
But also that they have recovered from Cold Heart before.
That's what I'm gonna be going from. Like, so I don't think we're gonna have that Chekhov's gun 3 moment here. I think if anything, the dark energy is meant to represent a parallel between Tomoro and then Kyo. If we're talking about like the duality between like they're meant to be matching, I think the fact that Kugamon saying the line is to be the stepping stone where Tomoro is going to exhibit a lot of power, which is meant to try and again reflect that if Kyo's the strongest 5-star member, Tomoro's on that trajectory. He's on that pathway, and that's the parallel connection between the two, and hence the line usage. And in this case, I don't think we'll have the evolution, Digivolution. I think we're going to have it be just an abundance of raw power. Personally, and this is a personal reference, I would very much, or I think very much so, if Kyo remains cold-hearted, would be a very cool take. And then a very, like, just, again, the whole catalyst of change. We've already preached it. This is back to the voice recordings. I'm very much on that bandwagon. Now, the only reason I can see a chink in my theory or chink in that armor is the fact that we've just saw it then. Proganamon had absorbed a lot of E-Pulse energy from all the Sarcophagi. Came Pyramidi. Pyramidi then got completely ruffle-stomped by Morosarimon, who just basically stepped all over him. And then all the E-Pulse energy is now reverted back to the people. This is probably going to more realistically follow the same suit. Proganamon's going to absorb the energy. He's going to get a somewhat of a power-up, not to Pyramidimon, but at least to a fighting stance. And Armalizamon being overabundant with power will be able to go toe-to-toe and then win eventually in the end. Will the E-Pulse energy return? I think guaranteed for Reina and
Mikado, they have to have their A-Pulse return so we can have the continuation of Glowing Dawn. But I wouldn't be surprised if Kyo remained cold-hearted, because it does feel like his character story and what his impact in the narrative and impact in those characters is coming to, like, there is a nice warm ending for now, and it just put off like too sharp until they're able to find a way to re-heal him again.
And also just because we have seen his level 6 doesn't mean it's actually going to be in the anime. Like, we had the same sort of thing for the Gamamon's extra evolutions that appeared in the Vital Bracelet for the BE memory for Gamamon, but they didn't ever appear in the anime, and there were quite a few extra evolutions that just didn't show up in the anime. So yes, we've got his level 6. That doesn't mean it's actually going to be animated. It could just be like, it's there because it's cool and it exists, and it'll be in the TCG, maybe on Virtual Pets or a Digivice if we get one for Beatbreak, but doesn't mean it's actually going to be in the show.
Yeah, I mean, it could just have been given to us because we were never going to see it in the show.
Yeah,
that's the other thing.
And that's...
Like, it exists by design, by concept, and you're getting it in the starter deck because why wouldn't you?
Because Kyo dies next episode or what have you, and we'll never get an actual level 6, and that's why we got his first, is because maybe they wanted to like bait us, so it'd be a surprise when Kyo actually just dies.
Yeah.
And then also, like, we're technically nowhere near Tomura, Reina, or even Mikado getting to Mega. No. Like, we have yet to hit them hitting Ultimate, which is part of the whole big lengthy my post in the response comment. They've yet to hit Ultimate, so with the meta idea of the deck coming out, we need a Mega. This does fit role. If you're gonna have a Mega form, but not really show it in the anime, also works well. Like, there's a lot of moments that can connect to it, a lot of supporting evidence. But I think it would be nice. Well, not nice. It would be shitty. We'll be freaking crying with tears if Kyo gets proper cold-hearted.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I see it happening, but you know, for all we know, he could be healed and then just go on the merry way.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be. I'm really keen for next episode for sure.
Yeah, me too. I'm keen to not have a headache next week. Hopefully, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Do we have any other thoughts, or can I wrap this up?
We can wrap this up because I don't think there's any way for us to truly predict what's going to happen outside of people getting fucked up and a shitfest. I think that's the easiest prediction to make. Because
I'm wondering if we're going to have like an episode where we don't get like attempted murder or murder in the first like minute.
No, we're getting it.
Yep. Yeah,
they already noticed Mikado and Reina on the ground, bro.
Yeah,
they didn't even get cold-hearted in this episode. Kyo was the one who got Kali Mard. So like,
yeah. But in any case, thank you so much for joining me, y'all. You can contact us and stay updated. You can leave a comment on this episode on YouTube. Maybe I'll read it. Maybe someone else will read it. Depends on how I'm feeling. So you can do that on YouTube to join the conversation. And for a full list of ways to find the podcast across the internet, you can head over to my Linktree, which is linktr.ee/LostinTranslationmon. If you enjoy anything that I post online, you can show support by signing up on Patreon and get some cool rewards and help me hit some milestones. And thank you to my current supporters on Patreon: Stephen Reeves, Susan Wild64 on Archive Her Own, Kaidawashi, Niubu, Seju to follow Chisa on Twitter at Chisa236, Lizmet, who is like one on Tumblr, Nicholas, Magnus, Lucas, Jason105, Patrick, Jason, Shelby, Diddle Hazard on Twitch at TheDiddleHazard, Tropimon, Vmon, Tamer, Kasai, Big Bad, Beetleborg, Flavin, Benta Archer, Cappy, Cyber, and Voldic Helberd. You can also make one donation on PayPal, which you found linked in the description. It's paypal.me/urgemon. You can also donate to me on my Coffee account, which is ko-fi.com/airdra. But again, thank you so much for listening/watching. If you are listening/watching this on YouTube, please do the like, comment, subscribe thing. Thank you so much to Guz and Geo for joining me again to talk about the breaking of beats.
Thank you for having me.
Always a pleasure.
And thank you for the Guz substitute, like little adorable little like VTuber down the bottom. It is definitely adorable.
I can't help but thank my model mama right here. Nope, that way. Sonomiran Kirin, there she is up there. That's my mama. She did an incredible job on this model, and I am forever indebted to her. And if you want to see any more of her work, you can commission her at vgen.co. She's fantastic. I highly recommend her work.
Very amazing work. But yes, so thanks for joining me, y'all. Thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.